Hello, sweet friends. Welcome back. Today, what I'm doing was I have this book from Goodwill, and I love the fish in it. And here is what I did. I started with this character right here, and that's it right there. And then I have this other character, little fishy. It's called the Copycat Fish story. And I had this one, but I didn't like it. He looks like he had buck tooth, and I didn't like that. So I changed him to this. And then from there, I just drew this one. So in my process, I decided that I was going to record this video to show you because I wanted to do more homes. And I started this one and I'm like, oh shoot, let me show my friends on YouTube how I do my whimsical drawings. So I always start with a 2B pencil, and this is my friend right here because I do make a lot of mistakes, so I'm always erasing. And so I wanted this shape of a house, and then I started with these two right here, and then I'm going to add 3 down at the bottom, and I want them all the same shape. And it's not easy, as you can see. That doesn't look straight to me, so I'll go and erase it, and then I'll just, help myself flipping the paper and doing a straight line and trying to connect it. And then I'll do this again one more time, and then I'll just do 2 down here at the bottom. Again, I don't like how it looks. I erase it. That's better. Let's just do this other one. And then I'll just do the straight line by flipping the paper over. So I already made or sketched the house and the fishes. My next thing is that I will have to trace everything with my Ohuhu fine line drawing pen. This one is size 0.5, and then I'll go over everything I'll do to the house. I have to go over it with the pen, and this does not bleed when you use water. So I want to do a little like a fireplace, but I don't want to do it a regular fireplace. So I'm going to do it the shape of the house. And then what I'll do is I'll do the little smoke that comes out from the furnace, and then I'll draw that. Let's see what else. Then I'll do some little shutters. So I kind of like the shutters. It's my little go-to. This one is too high. I'm gonna put it a little bit lower, and then I can go down. There you go. I'll do the same thing to all of them. Just a little line in an angle. And then going down, I want curtain in this one, so I'm just gonna make a little curtain on that one. A lot of the details I do not make it with a pencil. I make it with the Ohuhu fine liner. So, but I'm just showing you my little process that I do. I feel like if the line is way too high, the shutters is not gonna look kind of straight, so I'm gonna just put it a little bit lower. And there. Nothing perfect, obviously, and they're gonna look different because my windows are not square, but they're rounded. So there you go. One more to go. Yeah, one more. There you go. So in this one, I'm just gonna put a little bit of the curtain. And this one has the curtain to the side, and then this one has curtains, and then this one has to go like that. Now here, I'm doing the lines, but when I do the lines, I don't want them to match. What I'm trying to say is I don't want to draw a straight line over. So this one is here, the other one I'm just going to place it up, and I don't want my lines to connect, in other words. So, and you try and make sure that your lines do not connect, and so they will look like bricks. There you go. You know what it looks like? Piece of corn on the cob. And so this one, I'm just gonna make a little bush to the side, right there. And in this one, I just want to have some brick showing. So I'm just gonna do like it's a little patchwork, and then do the same thing. Make sure your lines do not connect. That way it looks like bricks. Just make sure the lines are not touching. So there you go. See that? The next step will be going over with the pen, the Ohuhu. Just in case you want to see the tip of it, it's just like that. It's not too thick, so it's not gonna look good. It's not gonna look too bold. All right, so once I trace everything, I'll go over everything, then I'll just go ahead and we'll be back. Okay, now that I have gone over it with the fine liner pen, I am going to erase my pencil lines. When I was doing the drawing, I do them with pencil, and you're probably doing, asking why, go through the trouble. Like I said, I do not know how to draw, And it's easier for me just to, if I make a mistake with a pencil, to erase it. But if I do it with a pen and I make a mistake, I can't erase it because it's basically permanent ink. So that's now how it's going to look. Just like that. Then the same thing with the house. Erase everything that you've done on pencil with the pencil. So and that was your time to do any changes before you use your marker. I mean, not the marker, but you know what I'm talking about, the drawing pen. Before you used it, that was your time to do any changes, or you could have done the changes while you were tracing it with the fine, you know, line pen. You could have done any changes because, you know, basically that's what I did on some of the places. So now the next step would be to color it. All right. So I'm going to stop the video right here, and then I'm going to just go ahead, wait for my kids to come from school, give them food, and then I'll start coloring. Okay, my sweet friends, I had an issue, and before I even started filming, I went and tested it out, and my theory was correct. I have been using the paper that it seemed like it was for mixed media, whatever, and I tried to color my house because I wanted like a terracotta, my little whimsical home, and the color didn't want to blend, and that was a big no-no. So I stopped, and because I already had done these as well from the book that I was inspired to do these fishies, and guess what, I decided that I was not going to color these, and I started all over again because the opportunity, I didn't see it as a failure by doing it here, because basically what I did was, once you do the painting or the drawing all over again, it's like an opportunity to continue to practice. So, you know, I'm not even bothered by the whole experience. What I did was, because I ran out of the cans and paper that I had bought at Hobby Lobby, I had this pad. It's a 90-pound one, or 190 GM, and then I'm like, wait a minute, I just want to make sure that it was a little bit thicker than this one. It is. So I don't even know if it's gonna blend the water, you know, the watercolor paint really good. So yeah, I wanted to show you my rocks. See, a little flat surface, and then just something. I'm gonna fussy cut them. I did just a gray watercolor on them, didn't do anything else to it, and I'm gonna fussy cut them because I just want you to see that something as simple as this can actually change your layouts when you're doing it. So it doesn't look like much, but when you're done with it, it's actually a rock. So anytime I do my creations, remember, I always ink them around with the vintage photo distress ink. So right now it just didn't look like anything important, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do it while you're here with me, and that way you can take a look at. I'll toss these little scraps, and as you can see, 2 different styles of rocks. Very simple. No biggie. But when I place it behind my little houses, it would look like a collage, basically. You go, my vintage distress ink vintage photo. Like I said, this is my go-to. I haven't done any whimsical thing on this one. I don't know if I will. I normally do everything that has to do with whimsical to the other creations. So my Junie bee is coming in and out of the room. She's not my husband told her that she's not going outside again. So you can see it automatically changed the look of my rocks. There you go. So now what I'm gonna do with you guys is, while you're here with me, I'm just going to color. See, way too thin to hold the watercolor. So that's something that you probably, if you're starting doing drawings yourself and want to use them on your journals, this is something you're gonna have to look into, that the paper is not thin. It could be okay for me to do my jelly plate, because it's so thin that actually you can actually tear it. And I'm not gonna toss this out, but I'm gonna have to do something with these. I'm gonna probably have to color them with color pencil, but it's not gonna take the watercolor inks, because as you can see, it's not gonna blend at all. So I'm not tossing it out. You know what, I might even do something with that house, my little house. So let me just go in and start coloring, but I normally spray. I did this one and this one without, not even looking at a book or anything. And my son Adrian came inside the room, and when he saw it, he says, "Oh, that's an axolotl." I'm like, what the heck is that? I remember my daughter telling me that she loves these and she wanted to buy one, but she says herself that she didn't have the time to take, to take care of it, so, or the space. So yeah, so I spray it, and it's gonna, like change the texture or whatever on the paper. Is gonna, bend or warp a little bit, but then it dries back up again to the normal. And I dry it a little bit because I learned from one of the YouTubers that you need to give the paper a little bit of time to soak in some water, so that way the paint will flow a little bit better. Hey, I'm new at this, but I'm having fun. And whoever gets me an advice, whether it's directly to me or not, I'm gonna take it. So okay, the color that I wanted to give this one was like a terracotta. So I'm gonna go back I'm gonna go back and give it that terracotta. This is a number 2, and my Maya watercolors are really inexpensive paints, and the I don't know much of the paint, you know, but I'm learning a little bit here and a little bit there. The only thing that I really would appreciate that I would have saved, and I don't even know if I did or not, was the names of the paint. But I'm calling this one terracotta. See, I couldn't do this with other paper. I couldn't move the paint. It was just soaking it up and was not giving me, you know, it's been 2 days since I picked up this, because after I started all over again, then life happened, like always. And I couldn't continue, so I decided that I was gonna pick up where I left off. And as you can see, I'm able to move the paint, and then with this paper it was just not allowing me to do it. I was trying to wet it and it started to kind of peel a little bit. I don't know if it's salvageable. I'm gonna try, but I'm gonna use coloring pencils instead, which coloring pencils is not my go-to. I normally paint the image with watercolor. That's the first thing I do. I paint the image with watercolor and I wait for it to dry, which is what's gonna happen. But I'm gonna try to paint them all. While I have you here, so that way you know, learn the process of how I do my whimsicals. Yeah. So as you can see, I always do them first with pencil, and this is my buddy. Okay, I make mistakes and I can actually erase it, adjust, or do whatever to fix my image. And so I don't do a perfect I want the watercolor effect on my paintings. So as you can see, you don't see me going up and down, making sure that it's all, you know, painted in a nice, you know, up and down stroke or sideways stroke. No, I just am filling in where I want the paint to go. This doesn't bother me right here because that goes with different colors, and then the different colors will take it. And now I can leave a little white spaces in between because it's going to be considered highlights. So I'm okay with that. When you want to move a little bit of the paint that you don't want, just take your brush, rinse it out. Okay. This is a spaghetti jar. Rinse it out and then clean it. Make sure there's no paint on coming out from it. And then pick it up. Pick up the paint. As you can see, it went a little bit much lighter. And I am no watercolor expert, but these are the things I've been learning. So my images are not going to be perfect, but I'm not selling these, you know. This is for me. Okay, so now I want to have a light blue for the windows. So as you can see, this could have been the lightest blue, but I'm going to use this one, and I'm just going to dilute it with the water on the palette right here. Okay, I'm just gonna dilute it. So it's this one right here. I'm gonna pick it up, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and dilute it. I don't want, the more you dilute, the more water you put on it, the lighter it will get. More watery consistency, as you can see. And now it's gonna be all the entry. As you can see, it's not extremely dark. Not extremely dark. See how light it is now? It's really light. If I would have left it the same way that when I picked it up, that would have been really dark, and I didn't want that, just like that right there. But when you dilute it plenty, it gives you that, which is what I'm going to go for. Light blue. I'm going to change all this. You'll see how we'll be eventually changing colors. Now I want this to be like a gray consistency, which would have been this one right here or this one. Now what I did was I have it right here, and so I'm just gonna put some water on it, and my cloud is gonna be gray. Just by adding a lot of water, you dilute it to the one that you want. And yeah, these are things that I get to learn just a little. You know, this is something that is challenging for me, but I'm having fun. I'm just having fun. And I'm not no expert, and this is not perfect. But like I said, it's making me happy. That's it. It's just making me happy. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go ahead, wait for a little bit more, and then when it dries, I'm just gonna add another touch of layer, because I feel like I'm just gonna go for a deeper one here, this one right here. And probably I'm gonna get that little terracotta. I'm not even sure yet, but I think I'm gonna get a little bit of that terracotta feel to it. So my axolotl, it has to be like a light, really light pink. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna try it and see what happens. And I'm gonna use this right here. I don't know if he's supposed to be peach or pink. Let me see something. I'm not gonna put it on it. That's a nice light pink, but I don't want that. So let's see. This is a matter of learning. It doesn't give me a peach. What Carmelita is going to do is I'm just going to bring a little bit of this and see what happens. Oh, that's different. Let me see now. Ooh, I like that better. There you go. So I mixed this kind of beige with this really light orange, and it's giving me something that my with not the beige and the pink. I'm sorry, the beige and the pink, light pink. And it's giving me something that my axolotl is not gonna look pinkish, but he's not gonna look either. Yeah, I think this is better. It's like grabbing it and giving him the peach. Look at him. Oh, qué lindo. He's cute. But he's not gonna stay this way, remember. He's gonna be a whimsy. A very whimsy axolotl. Look at that. So a light pink with the beige, with a light pink, very light, watered down, with this beige, watered down, gave me that color that will actually mimic an axolotl. Okay, so now, while that is all getting dry, because this only needs to dry in order for me to continue, I'm just gonna go down and get me a light, let's see, maybe on his face here. Give him that little light color, because that's the only thing that he's gonna have a very light color. I don't even know if I like. There you go. That's it right there. Okay. And then I'm gonna change the colors on my fish by adding a little bit of more beige. So I'm calling it beige. Hey, doesn't have a name to it, so I added a little bit more. And so I'm gonna water it down. There. I don't feel like this paper is gonna help me with, but it's not doing what it was doing the other one, so this is better. Yep. Completely. You can see the difference between this beige and the peach face that he has. And don't worry if you go out of the line, because you're gonna fussy cut him, so he's okay. All right, so now I want to give him a light blue body, and that blue is going to be this one right here. Let me show you this one. On the scales, because they're going to be different colors, but I want to start with the blue. Very, very watered down, so because I want the other colors to stand out, but this needs to be watered down. And as you can see, the more water I put it on it, it's going to dilute it and make it lighter. And so everything here is going to be blue. And it's just for now. Look how nicely it's taking it. This fish is gonna be something else. Hi. Okay. And then I am going to, because this is my little whimsical world, I am going to do a very light purple on this baby right here, which is kind of this one. It's between a pink and a purple, so that one, and it's going to be 1, 2, and 3, and it's this one, And I'm just going to dilute the baby up. He's in my whimsical world. He doesn't need to be the same color of the oceans, you know, or creature in the oceans. I'm sorry, he's in my mind, creative mind. And so he's gonna be very light. See, as you can see, the more you dilute it, the lighter the water makes the paint. The water is diluting it so much that it's not even close to that one, which is kind of nice. So the colors that I want are actually coming alive. And then my pencils and my crayons, everything else is gonna make it come to life. There. Okay, his body is done. I'm not coloring it all in. I want a little bit of highlights on those, on the fishy. I'm gonna add a little bit of the blue that's here. The light blue, I'm just gonna add it on the fins right there and all these little body parts. So he's completely being transformed. I'm just gonna add a little bit of the blue here. There, that's giving it a different color on his tail. See that? Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. All right, I'm gonna stop the video. I'm gonna wait for it to dry, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna give it another coat, but I'm not gonna do it were you watching me? I'm gonna give it another coat, a diluted, but of this one right here. Okay, and dilute it on this one, and then I'll be fussy cutting everything. And now I'm gonna finish coloring this in here with the watercolors, and then you'll see me how this is gonna be transformed. Right now it looks like, you know, not much probably, but you'll see the transformation once I'm done. So first it's gonna dry. Once it's dried, because I don't want to do wet on wet, first when it dries up, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna give it another coat of color to the house, not the fishies. And then what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and fussy cut everything, and then I'll be back with you guys. And I have to paint this right here, and then I'll be back with you guys. Okay, my love? All right, I shall return. Okay, now that everything is dry and I gave that other coat of paint, of watercolor paint on top of the house, I decided to do light brown on the shutters, the door, and everything else. So as you can see, this is how it looks so far. Okay, now I am going to use my Caran d'Ache for some of them, or maybe all of them. It depends if I like the colors that I see here and they're a good fit for my drawing or my image, then I'll use it. If not, then I'll go with color pencil. Coloring with the pencils are a little bit more complicated, I guess, because I have one of those Rascog mini carts with all the coloring pencils, and then I have to look for the one that is closest to my color of my images, so that will take a little bit more time. But as far as I'm concerned, we can do our best with this image, so using the Caran d'Ache. So let's try doing this one on all of them, hopefully, using Caran d'Ache. But what I'm gonna do is not what you think. I'm not doing the markings. I'm gonna be doing shadowing. So I'm pretending that the light is coming from the right this way, so anything will be shadows always on my left. So as you can see, this one is very close, so I'll start doing this to all my edges, but not all the way around. Just wanted to show you, not all the way around it, okay? Because let's face it, the sun hits it, but this part is basically kind of shadowy. So now let's look for one that is closest to this one. I could have just done this light brown, but I feel like the peach is gonna be more on this side. Let's see, just a little bit. Yep, that's better. Just a little bit there, and then just a little bit here as well, just a little bit right there. Okay, as you can see, it blends very well. The colors are good. Now I need a color that will go good with this one, and I'm gonna have a little bit of difficulty on that one. I feel like this one is too light, this one is too dark, but you know what? It doesn't matter. I can still try them both. Let's see. Too dark. Let's blend it with this one. This one, I feel like this one is better. This one is better. So I just want to put it and just on this side of the house. Just this side. That's it. It doesn't stand out too much. If I would have done this one, as you can see, it's too dark. So, see, that's too dark. This one was lighter. Okay, now the bush is gonna stay like that. And let's go to the fishes. Fishy, fishy. The images of my fishy. This one is just gonna be a little bit too noticeable, but I'm okay with that because it's gonna make him stand out. So I'm just gonna outline everything. It's gonna help the colors blend. This is not the only color this fish is gonna have, and you'll see in a little while. Now this is like when I don't know if y'all used to do that, but when I was a kid, I used to color the crayons and the coloring books. All right, that was my thing. But I always, I don't know why, I always outlined the image first with the color that I was going to use, really dark, and then gently I will do the color in the inside of the image. And it feels the same thing here. So that's just for the face. And let's see, let's do the purple one. My purple fish, it's too, these colors are too dark, so that's gonna be a no-no. And my scalado, whatever it's called, my daughter knows the name of this fish. I'm just gonna do him like this on this side and this one on this side, because I'm just gonna do it both so that way this side is gonna stand out the most. His ears are gonna, that's what I want for it to stand out the most, his ears. And gently his face, just gently. Right here, gently, very gently. Like that. Gently. Okay, my rocks. And believe it or not, this is what's gonna make these images pop. I feel like this rock is a little bit darker. So I'm just gonna switch it and give him this one here. And there. That's better. Much better. There. Okay, so all my images, I didn't do this one, and as you can see, the colors are not the appropriate for this one. They're gonna be too dark, and I really don't want that to happen. So all right, let me put this away, and let's play now with the Posca pens. So okay, so let's do the rocks. Let's see if I have something that I can do on the rocks. Let's see. I don't know, these are different acrylic paint. These are Parku, and I don't know if this is gonna work or not. I have paper here, then I'm just gonna squeeze the tip of it, and let's pray that it works. Let's see. Oh, it does. So I'm just gonna do little tiny dots in my rocks, and it doesn't have this is something that it could be any design that you want. It's whimsical. It could be anything you want. It could be dots, it could be circles, it could be anything. So right now I like that. So let's see if it stands out. I feel like it will once it dries. So I'm gonna shake it a little bit more. Let's see. Once it dries, it's gonna stand out. But right now, this is what you are going to see. Okay. I don't want it to. There. That's one. I feel like it's missing some dots here. There. Okay. Now let's do this one. This one is probably going to stand out a little bit more because the color gray, it's lighter, and that was done intentionally. There's no rock that is identical. They all have different characteristics and looks, so I don't know. Some of them have, there you go. Really don't want to touch it. Let's do my axolotl. That one, I'm gonna go for this one. It's like an orangey. And I'm going to put that in his ears. And I'm going to do some lines in the, not lines, but maybe polka dots, like a V-shape polka dot on his forehead right here. Let's see. Let me see what happens. Because this is what the plane is actually takes shape. The tips on the Posca pens, I have the I guess it's what it's called, it's a larger tip, more rounder. It's a 3 to 5 millimeters tip on that one. And this one is more like a fine point tip. And I like the fine point when it comes to little details like this one right here. And then you'll see it. What I like about it is that it's not in your face. You know, it's not in your face. Like, it's really fine, so the details will be there, but not just, you know, something that'll be too much. Okay, so let me see now. Let me transform his face from, I have to have the V shape. Let's just start with a V, polka dotty, and then going up. Fill it in. My husband is leaving to pick up the boys, so you'll be hearing slamming doors and opening doors. There. And let me just put, I don't know if I should just put something like around his eyes, like this. And like that. Let me pick him up gently because I don't want the paint to smear. And there you go. He has to dry. The fishy has almost that same tone. This one right here. So I'm just gonna fill his face with little tiny polka dots too. So these colors are nice. They blend very well. And my whimsical fishes, my honey's leaving. I can hear him opening the door. That's the love of my life. Okay. Let's see now if you would be able to. He does not have chicken pox, okay? This is one of the things that I can actually say that is kind of nice. And while I cannot have any music, I wish I could have music so that way you don't have to see me doing this in the background. But I'm going to show you the process, how he starts changing. Okay, so now that's one color. And I think that will be it for this color. Let's change it up a bit now. Have this part cool. I don't know if it's gonna work, like I said, but I can try. I can rely more on my Posca pens, except for one, which was my white tip one. Okay, hold on a second. I think my husband forgot something. Let me open the door for him. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Yes, he forgot his keys. um, these fishies were inspired by this book, The Copycat Fish. So as you can see, you can find inspiration even in children's book. Okay. And I'm donating it again back to Goodwill because I got it at Goodwill for 59 cents. So I'm giving it back to them. It served its purpose. And I found the inspiration that I needed. But, yeah. I'm not keeping the fishy. Okay, let me see if I can do something with this fishy right here. Let's test it first. Okay, it's working. Hope it doesn't stop. Okay, let's do it. Let's do this. Let's see what I want to do. I think I want to do like lines going first here and here. Same thing, just polka dots. And then here I'm gonna go for tiny circles. It's working. It's good. It's good. I like it when the markers cooperate. Now I'm gonna do just, I was gonna do little, but I'm just gonna do start tiny and then gradually start getting a little bit more there. See, transitioning from really tiny to, let's do tiny again, back into his tail. Let's do it again, but starting from the bottom. So I'll be doing extremely tiny little dots, and then I gradually press it. I'm gonna shake this again because I'm gonna need more than just a little bit. And there you go. Okay, so my little whimsy fish, and then I gradually move from a dot to a circle, a tiny circle, but not a minuscule dot. And then from there, then I transition again to a tiny dot back into his tail. There you go. That's done right there, but I'm not done. Let's see something else. I want to do something with his let's see, what do y'all think? See how he automatically changed? And even though this one, it's very subtle, but you can see how everything changed. Right there. That's good. All right, so let's see now when it comes to I'm not done with this one, so let's move to this one while this is drying up. I know a lot of people say it dries up really quick, but I don't want to take any chances. I'm gonna do shutters, the shutters. Oh, come on, dear, right here and stay right there. Okay, I'm gonna do the shutters, so I'm just gonna do lines, and that's it right there. When it comes to shutters, you want to see the shutters, just draw the lines. This is very therapeutic. See how the house automatically changed? Okay, so I'm still using the Ohuhu fine line marker. It does not, as you can see, it's a drawing pen, but it doesn't bleed or anything when you're doing watercolors on it. But I think if you have Micron pens, I think you can do the same thing with it. I have Micron pens, but they're so old. What I really want to do is I want to get me brown ones, because I feel like the brown would have been a nicer touch for this terracotta house right here. So when I'm not recording, I have, my mother gifted me this little boombox thing, whatever it is, and I have it plugged in, and right now I just took the plug off to show you guys, but I listen to fall music. Yeah, Christian music, instrumental music. Now this one is gonna start changing. Go straight. And then when I'm hitting the curve, I start changing it as the curve starts moving, and then it goes back straight like that. Okay, this is gonna be a little bit different. Here on the tree, I'm just gonna do like little bushy squigglies, I guess. And they don't have to even close in. You just wanna give it a look like, you know, like my little bush has some sort of branches or they'll give it like a textury look to it that it doesn't have, but I'm just mimicking it. See? I used for my tree different colors of watercolor, but they were all in the green family, and I did it wet on wet. So I started with my favorite, which was the mossy green, and then I went out to the very bright green, and then one that was like blue green, and the other one was like almost blue, but it was still in the green family. So that's why it's got these little different looks to it, from light to dark and all that right there. And see, the house is taking a total different look. Now I want to do some, I don't know, between the light one and the dark one. This is even lighter, I think. It's almost in the same tone. But before I do that, there's a pot. I don't know if you knew this, but there's a pot right here. And there's gonna be a vine. A little pot. Okay, it's a tiny pot. And it's gonna have a little vine. And I'm making tiny miniature leaves because my little vine has to head somewhere. And what is nice about the Posca pens is that it goes very well on top of the watercolor paint. See that? A tiny pot and some vines. Okay, so now I'm going to switch it up a bit. I'm going to do some tiny polka dots in my trees, just tiny ones. You could do anything you want with your image. I did a tree that had stars. This is too thick, and I want to give it a little different look here. So I'm going to every other, just gonna do some like little markings, and I'm just gonna, I want it to, if I was like highlighting it there, I want to do the same thing on top. And I'm just doing a little line. It's not something big. I just want it. Whatever it is, it's just gonna make it pop. It's just gonna make it stand out. My shutters are brown, so I need either a light brown of my Posca pens or a light brown coloring pencil. Let me roll this over. And I feel like I want to do something. Sometimes I have to take this out of the way in order for me to see my colors. So I have these. And if you're going to ask me the brand, I really don't know unless I pull out the list. It's a dark brown. I want something lighter. I feel like that's a light brown. This one is even lighter than that one. I want it too dark. Let's see how it looks. Let's see. And this is how, okay, I lied. Listen. These coloring pencils are called Awesome Art Magic. I like them. They're smooth. I think I'm gonna go, yeah, I'm gonna go with this one. And this card has my drawing pencils, watercolor pencils, pencils that are cheap, dead cheap, from Dollar General, and also metallic pencils. And I have 2 varieties of coloring pencils. I have the barrel. Oh, wait. Let me see what browns do I have in my barrel collection. Their barrel collection is sitting on Everything is Better with Coffee. Oh my God, I said the word coffee and my body wants to crave it. So let's see this color right here. Ooh, this one is just a touch darker. I feel like this one is winning so far. But these were found at a thrift store, and this color pencil set it's a Prismacolor, but it's a set that was more than $100 based on my research. And they don't come anymore. They don't make them anymore. And Berol, and I guess they were made in Mexico. But they were from Prismacolors. Okay, but I'm gonna use the Awesome one because I feel like the color is the one that I would like to use here on my shutters. And as you can see, you'll see that I'm not doing a full coloring. I'm just doing a little bit. I just want the shutters to stand out just a touch, and I'm not doing a lot. I want that light brown that I did with the watercolor to stand out as well. So I got two colors in one with the shutters. So let me see if you can see what I'm doing here. As you can see, it's just a little bit in the center of so it's like giving automatically the shutters a little highlight, just a little bit. And then I'm gonna do my believe me, this is gonna make the shutter stand out. I'm not coloring it all the way. I'm just doing a little coloring, just a little touch of coloring. I'm not doing the whole thing. I'm almost done with this house. Almost. I'm not done completely, but I'm almost done with it. The house is changing. And now I'm just gonna do this, and I'm just gonna try to do more of what I did here, but this one is gonna have a lot more in it of that coloring effect. And as you can see, I'm not touching the edges of my brick. Dear friends, I hope you're doing good, that you are all well. There. So now I got a vine going up. I have my tree. I have shutters. What else can I do to this little house to transform it a little bit? Now I'm going to do some dots. And I think I'm gonna do big ones. Hopefully this is good. Okay, let's see. Let me see what... This is what worries me about the paints. Okay, that's too much, but it's coming out. Some dots. There goes again. I'm using that paint that came because it seems like the tip kind of dries up. It's irritating. Like when you're in the middle of a project, you don't want that to happen. So I'm picking up the paint, the acrylic paint that came in excess when I was pushing it in, and I don't like that dry effect on it. Let me shake it up again. This is not Posca. So maybe that's the reason why. Ay, ay, ay. I don't like it. But it's working. It's working. What I love about it is that you're giving some details to your little creations, but it's not too much that it will, you know, like right now I'm gonna have to pick up all that paint that's coming out of in excess. Oh, I'm just gonna let it dry. I'm not to touch it at all. Because I feel like that's too much. I don't know if I can pick it up. I guess I can. Look, it's gonna have some weird paint blobs. It's okay. Things that I have to do. Okay, let's just pick it up a little bit with my own nail. Like it's too much. I know, call me perfectionist, but there. I'm picking it up and it doesn't look like a blob. That's better. And I have to do something with the gray. But the gray, this one was working fine. Let's just do the gray. Let's see if I can. Yep. And if you're wondering what this looks like, it's just like a beak and an upside down one. A beak or the letter V flipped upside down V, and you just put it together with join it with the other V and then fill it in. See that? And then fill it in. That's it. And this house is almost over. Almost done. Dios mío, it's taking me forever. But this is the real time that it will take me to do my creations. I'm not gonna hide it. I mean, this is basically the time that it's taking me to complete it. Once this is completely dry, then I will ink it. And as you can see, you can tell that I don't, like when I did the fussy cuttings, some pieces were left white. That doesn't bother me because the ink is going to cover all that. My vintage photo ink is going to cover it. But this is basically the house. All right, that's basically it. I'm trying to put it close, as close as I can. Hopefully you get to enjoy it and see it. The rock is done. It's already, should be dried up. See the little polka dotty on it? See that? But my friend here is not finished. Oh yeah. And this one is gonna take me a little bit, but we're gonna have fun with it. So I think I'm just gonna continue using my Posca pens. And so let's see what's gonna happen now. Let's transform this fish. My salado is so cute. Okay. Let's transform the fish. I want him to have different colors, and it doesn't really matter. So I'm gonna go with this light purple. Let's see if I can fill in. And I feel like I'm gonna go like kind of filling it in a little bit, like in a straight line, not all the way. Let's see how that looks. So underneath the scale, it's gonna still have that blue. Here comes Junie B. Junie B doesn't like to be alone because her mommy's working. Junie B's mommy is a teacher, so because her mommy's working, she doesn't like to be alone. So she comes in my room. I'm going to take this other blue. Wait, no. Let's just take this other purple. Darker purple. See? Oh, my goodness. That's drastic, but hey. And look at this. I'm not even filling the whole thing. Just a little. Just a little. But it will change the look of my fish. I'm going to use this blue now. Oh, wait. This one is new. Haven't used this one. Oh, yeah. Shake it to the bottom, shake it to the top, and see the senorita. Flowers in her hair. Shake it, shake it, shake it. Trying to start this baby up. Here he comes. Ta-da! Beautiful. Shake it all you can. See the senorita with flowers in her hair. Oh, shake it, shake it, shake it. Okay, I got pink. Let's do some pink. I hear the mailman. Do, 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 do. And I'm just doing a little circle. Here. Just a little circle. But that little circle is going to be enough to change the look of my fish. See, that's a tiny little circle. Look. Look the drastic change on how a little dot can transform. Now, call it tedious work. Very hard work. Okay, my friends, because this takes time. But it's fun. It's so much fun. See that? Okay, so I'm gonna start setting aside the ones that I've been using because I don't want to get them all mixed up. Let's see. This is a darker yellow. Somebody's at the door. Sorry, my friends. I gotta stop having fun. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. I was right. I was right. Okay, so where was I? Okay, yes. That one. Let's see. Normally we don't have a lot many colors that, you know, I'm probably gonna have to repeat it, the colors. Okay, but as you can see, I'm still using the Posca pens. Just little circles. Little circles. I'm not even filling the whole thing up. Just a tiny little circle. I feel like I just want to add that circle right there. Put 2 lines of the blue. Oh yeah, okay. So let's see. I'm almost brown. Oh, brown. Don't bother me. Oh, I feel like he's uneven, so I have to do like another line so it makes it look this is kind of a peachy color. It hasn't started yet, never used it. I don't know what the color is, but this one has I guess the writing. I got these on sale one time. So I try to buy my stuff on sale. Oh yeah, there you go. Nice. That's a cute color. It's like a pink. Feels Looks like a pink, but not completely a pink. I don't know. It's got some peach in it. But my daughter says I'm colorblind, so you never know. I might be wrong. What do you think? You think it's like a peach? Pink? Coral? I don't know. Hey, Mommy, you colorblind. I heard it so many times already. Oh, I'm almost done. Feels good. Dark green. Hey, this fish is in my mind. It's in my fantasy world or whatever, imaginary world, whatever you want to call it. So, this fish can have any colors I want. Ay, ay, ay. My daughter told me yesterday when she came from school and I showed her my drawings. And I told her what happened. She says, ay, Mommy, Andito, you know, you're going to have to do it. I said, it doesn't bother me because I'm practicing drawing and I'm, you know, having fun doing it. She says, okay. But then I was telling her what colors are these, you know, this creature, this fish or whatever. And she tells me, oh, they're even black. I said, what? I like the peachy color. She says, Mommy, you can paint him any color you want. It's your fish. And I said, oh, you know, you're right. But then I said, if I have, you won't be able to see if I have to color him, you know, black. I want him to see, you know, his little cute eyes and the nose. So I decided to go for the beigey color. And I think I achieved something that I have never done before, which is mixing colors. Like I said, this is all new to me. I had all this and I didn't use it at all. They were just sitting. These things were sitting for years in boxes. And my daughter's telling me, start a YouTube channel, Mommy. You know, put your creations somewhere that people can see them. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. And this is not, like I said, this might not be the cup of tea of a lot of people. And that's okay. But I'm having fun. I'm having fun. I'm enjoying myself. I am, oh, this is my last line for this right here. Da 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 da. Check him out. Look at that. I'm not done, obviously, because I have to do something here. But it needs to be a Posca pen, to be honest, because I feel like, I think I'm going to use this one. I feel like my other acrylic markers are not good enough. And it's sad, but they're good, but they're not as good as a Posca pen. The tips are not. You see, that one gave me a hard time there, and I didn't like that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to change everything that has to do with the fins and the... I'm just going to... I think I'm just going to draw a line like that. And like that. And like that. Then I'm do the same thing down here. Wait, I thought he was still wet. It looks like he's already dry. Down here, like that. I don't want to do a straight line. Squiggly line. Que chulo. He's ending up to be cute. Okay. And this is my last one. Let's see. I think I'm just gonna do it like this. Like there, you know? Like following his tail. Look at that. It's different. Oh, I think he's adorable. There. So, my 3 fishies. The house. And then my rocks. Where do my rocks go? Ay, Dios. I lost my rocks already. Oh, okay, they were done anyways. I found them. Okay, now it's time to ink it. And then you'll see how it will change. Look at him now. And look once I start inking it. Oh, somebody's playing some music. That's my neighbors across the street. Dios mío. When they're in their 60s and 70s, when you talk to them and go, what? What? I can't hear you. Exactly, because you're playing your music so loud in the car. And I want you to enjoy my little playtime. Thank you if you stuck around with me until I was done playing with my whimsical creations. I will be working next on my no-sew journal. If you want to see that, you're welcome to come back. And la casita. The transformation is completely, it's complete, and it's completely different when you're doing the inking around the edges, because this will cover any, to me, it covers any imperfection. I don't know if that makes sense, but I hope it does to you, because see all that, the little white, once you cover that with the ink, it's like it's a finished product or a project, because I'm not selling. But yeah. See? And then take time inking it. But you saw it was simple. It takes time, but it was simple. I mean, I did just simple polka dots, but you could do lines like I did with the fish. You could do stars, circles, circles within circles. Okay, my love. See? See how she changed completely? And so she's complete now. See this one now. Look at this one. Like that. And now look at it when I ink it. And I'm patting my ink pad because I like my dauber to be juicy. I like it to have a lot of ink. That's why I bought the bottle, to make sure I can still re-ink my pads. Hallelujah. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. To my fishy. That's it. I'm done. Yes. Just like that. It took me a while. But now you know. This might. I finished the inking, the painting with the watercolor and everything else with you guys. In one sitting. But the drawing, that could have taken me, it depends on, you know, how it works, because like I said, I have to use a lot of eraser and I have to redo it and what happened here. So that was like a 2-day process for me to go back and not give up. This one I'm just gonna do away. I'm not gonna throw this away. I'm gonna paint and color them with coloring pencils. And I am not giving up on this one. I'm going to use coloring pencils too. And then I'll have 2 houses. It's just that the paper, this one is a little bit thicker. And the paper is better quality, that it holds very good the watercolor paint. So, but this is it, my friends. I am done. I am done. There you go, my dear friends. This is the process. This is what I do when I'm doing my whimsical creations. So if you liked the video, even though it was long, please give it a like. Subscribe if you haven't. Leave me a comment. Is there something that you would try? What I do with this is that I just incorporate it in my journals. But right now, I'm just storing them in my storage journal that Beth from Happy Place Crafty gifted me. And so they'll stay there until I'm ready to use them. But that way, I still keep myself motivated to do something creative and to play, because that's the whole thing. I need to do something a little bit every day, and that way, if I feel good, then hey, I could be here in my corner all day, but I don't. And so then I take advantage of the time that I do feel good and I craft. So love you guys. Take care. God bless. Bye.